Good morning from Studio 5. It's January, no, not January yet. It's December the 31st, and what I thought I'd do is share with you a little part of the work that I do, which is by and largely unseen. What we're looking at the moment is a grant from James I, and it's handwritten on parchment. Parchment is an animal skin that's treated in various different ways to make a writing surface. It's ages old. And this particular grant, I'd say it's from James I, with a portrait initial just here. And it's dated the 15th year of his reign, which would make it 1616. We've also got the wax seal down here as well. And though this particular document has obviously seen some action, it is still with us, it's still around, and the information is still accessible. Which is something that I'll be sort of going on a little bit in a couple of minutes. But I thought you might like to see this. It's part of my collection. I do quite like looking at it because it does sort of well, it makes me happy to see it. Let's put it like that. Anyway, I'm just going to put this away for a second. Nice and safely, nice and carefully. And what this draws me to is this little thing here. Now, one of the perhaps unknown things about the sort of work that I do is that I produce sometimes reports on the work that I've done, not just digitally, but in hard copy as well. For those of us who can remember some time ago, you would have your Spectrum, and you would load a cassette and you would wait 15 days for your game to load, and then you would happily spend 24 hours pinging and ponging. But things have moved on, and again we've got floppy disks, DVDs and CDs and all the rest of it, and I've got some information on floppy disks which I now cannot access. So it can be a real problem. Technology is great, but sometimes it outstrips us. And so, as I say, what I like to do is I like to produce a hard copy. Now, the hard copy basically is, even with my limited skills on the computer and with the printers, means I can print out and bind it up. It's basically a single sheet thesis or dissertation style binding, which is a flat back, and we can see that quite easily there. If I just hold that up, you can see there. It's a very thin book, so you know, like a lot of us, I don't like doing a lot of writing. And what I like to do is incorporate some part of the design from the work in it. So there we go. Very simple. All it basically is single sheets, and it just goes through some of the information, because in the future I'm not going to be around, and I think it's important that people have an idea of, you know, why I've bound the stuff, how I've bound it. Now, I've also included in here a couple of the design sheets, well, the two design sheets which I use, and yes, one of them is on the back of a menu, as all good designs should be. But it goes through, you know, the reasons why, details about the book, the methodology behind it, some of the technical aspects, and, you know, why I did it, and also, you know, sort of the rhythm of the making as well. It's a very simple thing to do. It doesn't take that long, but I feel that it does sort of, well, hopefully it'll make things easier in the future when people say, you know, why did he do this? Anyway, we go towards the end. And then we've got the technical specs and everything else for the book, which is just here. And then obviously I can't help but include a little bit about myself as well. Anyway, that's one of the hidden parts of the work that I do. Thank you all very much indeed. Let's have a great, and I hope far better, 2021. Thank you all very much indeed. And this is Studio 5 going live.